Thank you for earlier.
So today's your last day, huh?
Why were some of the conditions changed? As the person in charge, I adjusted them to better align with Tokimeki Corp's requests. My name is Keiichi Sato. I used to work at Doki Doki Corp, a high-end apparel company. The upper management approved these conditions.
Excuse me, I've brought some confections.
Thank you very much. After the meeting, thank you for earlier.
Huh?
I was about to get scolded, but when you brought in the confections, it changed the whole atmosphere.
Please, wait a moment.
Huh?
I overheard part of the meeting earlier. Mr. Sato, you acted against the company's interests, didn't you? Then today's your last day.
What?
Because...
1 hour later at Doki Doki Corp.
What? You want to resign?
Yes, I sincerely apologize, but
is this about today's business deal?
Tokimeki Corp is a sportswear company, so pricing is crucial for them. For them to collaborate with Doki Doki Corp on a slightly premium sports shoe, that means even a small price increase is a big deal in the sportswear industry, which prioritizes affordability.
I understand that, but...
It's the decision of upper management, isn't it? I just don't align with this company's unwavering stance, so I want to resign.
You feel that strongly about it?
If we were making it from scratch in-house, that would be a different story.
That's impossible. Well, it can't be helped. But have you lined up another job?
Yes, actually. The woman who gave me the confections at the reception, she's the vice president.
The vice president?
Yes. Apparently she works at the reception desk for 2 hours once a week to observe people. She invited me for a mid-career hiring interview.
No way. The woman who brought the confections? Sato resigned, and the initial negotiations with Tokimeki Corp ended in failure, Vice President Ishizuka.
It can't be helped, but when you say the negotiations failed...
We couldn't agree on the pricing.
Our company does not lower prices. Considering sales and brand image, it's not an option. President Takashima is firm on this too.
Understood. I'll do my best to meet expectations.
2 months later, after the mid-career hiring interview, I was successfully hired at Tokimeki Corp.
Welcome to Tokimeki Corp. When you got fired at Doki Doki Corp, was it awkward?
Hey now, I wasn't fired. You're overthinking it, Miss Hanaoka.
Oh really? But isn't Doki Doki Corp a top-down company where upper management makes all the calls? And independent decisions in meetings aren't allowed.
Come on, in this day and age, you wouldn't get fired just for that.
Our company operates on a bottom-up approach. Of course, if everyone comes up with a completely misguided idea, the president and I will step in, but we don't outright reject employee opinions. You can feel at ease here.
Yes, thank you very much.
Alright, let's get started. Could you put together the materials for this negotiation?
Huh? This is... And then, on the day of the meeting...
What? Sato? What are you doing here?
Since Sato was an employee at Doki Doki Corp, we thought he'd help facilitate smooth negotiations. So we had him join us.
I see.
Nice to meet you again.
All right then. Please take a look at our proposal.
I see. So the pricing remains unchanged?
Yes, no matter what.
I'd like to ask a question. The products you collaborated on previously with Waku Waku Corp, a children's clothing company, were priced quite affordably, weren't they? Why is it that you can't lower the price for Tokimeki Corp's products?
Well, that's because of the target age group.
So, because Waku Waku Corp focused on children's clothing?
Yes. The concept was to create slightly premium but still accessible clothing for young kids. On the other hand, the concept this time is a product that suits professional athletes with a sense of luxury, isn't it?
That is certainly true, But why did we set the price so exquisitely? Because we want not only professional athletes, but also young athletes to use our products.
Young athletes. These days, even high school baseball players competing in national championships are more conscious of style. Whether it's longer hair or UV protection, as a sportswear brand, we also want to embrace this trend and push our designs toward greater fashionability.
But if we launch this product at Doki Doki Corp's pricing, it will be difficult to appeal to student athletes. I honestly think it won't be a hit.
But...
If this condition can't be met, we will have to cancel the collaboration.
Chief Arai, could you take this back for reconsideration? Someone as competent as you must have realized what we were saying from the start, right?
Is the deal about to collapse?
Yes. They insist on keeping the pricing as is.
Isn't it the sales director's job to handle these kinds of issues? No, Ishizuka-kun, that's enough. Mr. Takashima. Arai-kun, I want you to take this offer to other companies. Our company would like to have a pipeline to the sports industry. Wouldn't it be great if all their suits and personal clothing were made by Doki Doki?
Oh, you're right. I will head to the business meeting immediately. After that, Arai took the project to multiple companies, trying to push it forward. However, none of the companies agreed to Doki Doki Corp's conditions.
You still haven't found a company willing to accept our conditions?
Well, everyone insists on lowering the price.
We can't wait any longer. That's the consensus.
That can't be. Please wait. No matter what, I'll find a way.
Wait. Not everything is over. What if we hired designers and created our own original sports shoes?
I see.
We could hire designers and specialists in various sports to advertise us throughout development.
As expected. I never would have thought of that. Following that, Arai gathered specialists from various industries and collaborated with the planning department to develop the sports shoes. Mr. Arai, it's been a while.
Are you here to request production from this factory as well?
Yes. It seems like producing them ourselves will be cheaper than a collaboration. In-house production? Could it be that you proposed my idea to upper management? No. Actually, this was upper management's idea. I see.
Mr. Arai, sorry to keep you waiting.
No, I just got here. Now, let's begin the meeting. Mr. Tsugawa, about the weight reduction. Please make it work this time.
So, the project scope hasn't changed?
We really need you to produce these shoes within this budget.
Mr. Arai, I've told you multiple times, this budget just isn't feasible.
That can't be.
This situation looks familiar.
Is this another case of just following upper management's demands? That's...
If you're forcing through the executive's decisions, and it's delaying product development and release, then what's the point?
Tokimeki Corp listens to people on the ground, and upper management is flexible enough to adjust their directions accordingly. When there's a disagreement, they set up proper discussions. Mr. Arai, were you able to have an equal discussion about this? Of course.
If the project is already developed and gets canceled during the production phase, the losses will be massive. To avoid further sunk costs, you need to stand firm.
The requested weight reduction is difficult, but if you can compromise on other features or allow a slight increase in weight, we can make it work within budget.
I understand. Hello? Mr. Ishizuka, we need to either reduce features or expand the budget.
That's not an option. Increasing the budget is too risky, but reducing features could hurt sales.
The factory just can't produce.
The problem with Day's factory's production was also due to a labor shortage, right? Wouldn't it be better to negotiate on that front?
I see. The next day,
You've already asked upper management multiple times, but they won't listen. With the current workforce and capacity, the budget is insufficient. We can't make it profitable.
On that note, is it possible to have personnel who are spending their time at other firms reassigned here for a certain period of time?
There's no way we can do this. How are we supposed to explain this to other companies? If we at least had their approval, that would be a different story.
Man, could you join me in securing that approval?
This concerns the factory's credibility, so...
Please, Mr. Tsugawa.
Enough already, Mr. Arai.
Miss Hanaoka?
Sorry we overheard, but this issue greatly affects our company too.
No, I appreciate you being here.
Mr. Arai, this proposal is beyond anything you've done before.
I was only making a suggestion. I wasn't trying to force...
Of course, but that's not the issue. The problem is your mindset.
My mindset?
It's a side effect of the top-down approach. You become too reliant on others. By simply following upper management's decisions, you've lost the ability to think, problem solve, and carve your own path. Your behavior right now is proof that you've lost those skills.
That's not true. If that's the case, then you should negotiate with Mr. Tsugawa yourself instead of relying on him.
By the way, Day's factory's contract explicitly states that they cannot unilaterally change workforce allocation or capacity without negotiations to maintain balance with the other clients. That means your request to Mr. Tsugawa is a breach of Tokimeki Corp's contract.
I see.
If you try to force Day's factory into this change, then it would mean Doki Doki Corp itself is endorsing a contract violation. That could result in a lawsuit for damages against your company. If that happens, do you really think upper management will take full responsibility?
That's...
Mr. Arai, if there were a truly exceptional, genius leader, then maybe a top-down approach could work. But right now, you're struggling, and I'm sure the other employees are too, just like I was in the past. Are those executives, the ones who created this situation, really worth following?
You should carefully consider your next move. Take some time to reflect, Mr. Arai.
I'll do that.
However, upper management rejected all of Arai's proposals. The next day, Arai-kun, in that case, find another factory. Figure something out.
But other factories don't have this technology.
This is a problem. The product release has been delayed so much that we've missed the optimal timing. We have no choice but to redo the entire project.
Redo it? But that would mean enormous financial losses.
It can't be helped. If we don't push negotiations faster, this is what happens.
This can't be. Wait a moment.
What's going on?
Sorry, but we can't stay at this company any longer. We're all resigning.
Me too.
So am I.
What's going on?
I'll explain.
Why are you two here?
The employees came to Sato for advice, and he has been supporting them all this time. And through Sato, I introduced them to lawyers and counselors.
How did this happen without us realizing?
All of your employees were watching you, the upper management. Mr. Arai did his best to meet your demands and worked tirelessly to make things happen. But in the end, without changes, the project became unfeasible.
And now, they're questioning Mr. Arai's negotiation skills after forcing him into an impossible position.
Of course, the other employees don't want to end up like Mr. Arai.
If this many people resign at once, the company will collapse.
That's inevitable, isn't it? If you could predict this outcome, then that's on you. Did you seriously give orders without considering any risks? Unbelievable!
You're mocking us.
If you think this is mockery, then your pride is too fragile. This is simply the truth. It's criticism. Criticism isn't baseless insults. It's the evaluation of good and bad aspects to provide constructive feedback. And clearly, this outcome is a bad one, so we are criticizing it.
If you can't handle that, then maybe you shouldn't be leading in a top-down company. What do you know? You don't even work here anymore. What do you think, Mr. Arai? Even after all this, do you still want to follow them?
Harai, you're the only one who can save this situation. Gather new employees and restart the company.
Restart?
If you do well, I'll even double your salary. Not a bad deal, right?
Mr. Arai, this is how they operate. Once their position is threatened, they suddenly start acting agreeable. That's why you should have stood firm and negotiated confidently from the start.
So, Mr. Arai, what will you do?
I'm resigning from this company as well.
Arai? I want to experience the culture of another company and see for myself if you two were right. If I can't adjust, I'll come back immediately.
Come back? But by then, Ishizuka, do something. Fix this situation. Fix it? How? Everyone, please, stay at the company. At least until we find replacements.
Nope. Once our official resignation date arrives, we're all leaving.
Please, I'm begging you.
We're using all of our paid leave, too.
Please, please.
We're looking for a workplace with a better culture.
Well then, everyone, now that our resignations are accepted, make sure to claim your severance pay and take your next steps forward.
Yes, a new beginning.
Ishizuka, do something. Me?
Doki Doki Corp saw a mass resignation, leaving them with enormous debts. Eventually, the company went bankrupt. The incident became widely known, and the entire upper management received harsh criticism.
I'm sorry. I swear I'll repay everything.
Takashima, burdened with the most debt, was mentally exhausted from constant debt collection. Collectors even showed up at the hospital. Ishizuka ended up alone, living in a rundown house, barely scraping by. No one listens to him anymore, leaving him isolated.
Somebody, please talk to me.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Meanwhile, Arai started working at a new company, but was constantly scolded for waiting for instructions instead of taking initiative. However, something about his expression seemed to have changed. Elsewhere, we need to discuss things again because we still don't agree on the details.
You're really strong-willed. Jeez.
I just can't compromise, but I'm not always like this, you know?
Oh, then, I'd like to see more of your usual self.
Wait, does that mean? Thank you for watching till the end.
Don't forget to subscribe.